You've just completed your 6th and final round of chemo. Most people hear about folks enduring chemotherapy going through it, but what does it actually feel like? What's the emotional and physical toll on your body?
It's hard to explain just because everybody goes through it in a different way. And everybody has different symptoms and side effects, and everybody's physiology is different from everybody. Everybody's genetics are different. So it's hard to explain unless you've gone through it, of the fatigue and the chemo brain that you get. And
is that like a fog?
It is. It's like you're trapped inside your own body going, wait a second, how did I get trapped in here with all these chemicals and all of these weird side effects and symptoms? And so it's difficult to explain, but I could give you a litany of all of these different side effects that I wish they would have just told me at the outset, like, oh, you're gonna have these 10 things are gonna happen to you, so get ready. And they really don't, there's really not a cookie cutter way to go through it. Everybody goes through it in a different way.
I mean, you're sporting a new hairdo these days.
Yes, my hair is finally starting to grow.
I can tell you got some stubble.
There's a little bit up there. I look like a baby bird who's just getting its feathers, you know?
Since November, Dave and his wife of 10 years, Melissa, have been open about his battle with non-Hodgkin lymphoma. 3 surgeries removing a golf ball-sized growth and grueling chemo that left his immune system so shot, the common cold put him in the hospital for 4 days. Doctors said if he waited 48 hours, Dave could have been battling for his life.
It was a gut punch. Acceptance is kind of the first step to all of this. It's accepting, okay, I'm really sick. Now where do we go? Right. Let's get as much information as we possibly can so that we can start moving forward with this. And thank goodness we reacted so quickly because we got out ahead of it, and that meant everything. That made the journey, stage 3 is much different than stage 4 with cancer.
Truly.
And it would have been a much more difficult journey if I was stage 4 than stage 3. And we had the talk of, okay, this is what we're gonna do if this goes south.
You said you felt like giving up and didn't know if you were gonna make it. What got you through those dark times?
I had a lot to look forward to. My son and his wife were pregnant, and I said, I gotta get healthy so I can spend time with this little grandson.
New Grandpa Dave hasn't met little chance yet, but for the 65-year-old who lost his mom, sister, and niece all to cancer, the support of loved ones has been crucial. This, of course, includes his Full House family.
Us honeybees, we gotta stick together.
My Full House family is so beautiful, and we check in with each other when anything happens with the whole group.
Yeah.
We check in with each other, and we truly love each other and care about each other, and they just kept checking in with support and FaceTimes, and John Stamos flew here. And
John Stamos can't quit you. You can't quit him.
I know,
you
he
just
can't
shake the man.
And what's so funny is he came here and then he got COVID.
No.
So I was at this end of the house and he was at that end of the house. We're both wearing masks. I was like, hi, John. Good morning, John. Right? And so we were actually on our phones from one end of the house to the other, texting each other. John and I have been through a lot. We lost our brother, Bob Saget, and went through that together. And I think that actually brought us a lot closer, realizing, oh my gosh, there's you and I here now. And so I think it's that, that mortality check that you get where you go, oh, okay, life is short and sweet and very fickle, and you can be here one day and gone the next. And I think that becomes very clear when you go through something like this.
How hurtful was it to see the hate when John Stamos posted that photo of him in the bald cap?
I realized how people can pull things out of context and turn it into something very negative. And I think that's more a comment about where we are as a society right now. And I just thought, wait a second, this is my friend. He's doing something so supportive. We're not making fun of anybody. We're two buddies having a laugh at what I look like. And for him to surprise me like that and to make me laugh so hard in that moment, and then to see this backlash, I thought, wow, that's really messed up. Like, this is a friend. This is born out of love and friendship. And I think you people just really are missing the point.
Yeah.
This is about a really horrible disease, and this is us having an amazing friendship, laughing our way through it. And that's how we're going to get through this. Yeah. And, you know, we were sharing something so personal, and for people to just try and stomp on it with negativity was, it was very perplexing.
It made me scratch my head as well.
Yeah, I scratched my head, but there's no hair on it, so.
What is the show about?
Well, Dave.
Well, John. Well, drinks for everyone.
So this is from 1987.
Gosh. We have mullets and we look so young. We hit it off instantly. Yeah. John and I became instant brothers, and we would clown around and have more fun than you should probably have on a television series. We enjoyed our time at Full House so much, and it kept us going, and it kept the comedy flowing, and I think the producers loved the fact that we became buddies because we ended up playing buddies on the show.
If Bob were here, what would he say to you?
He would be such a mother hen. He would be hovering over me. Dave, let me get you this. Do you feel okay? What's going on today? Dave, we need to call the doctors. He would be driving me nuts. He would be driving me absolutely crazy. But that was Bob, you know. He was very caring, and he would, you know, call you 3 or 5 times a day and just, how you doing? How you doing now? And I'm like, Bob, I just talked to you an hour ago.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. Well, I'm just checking in, you know. Are you okay?
How lucky were you to have a friend like that, though?
Amazing, you know, and I've known Bob since I was 18 years old.
That just rocks my mind.
Yeah. It's a long time, you know, and we have so many stories that sometimes I'll just be driving in my truck and I'll think, oh, I gotta call Bob. And I'm like, I can't call Bob. Yeah. But he's the only one with this crazy sense of humor that I could share this thought with, and he would laugh, and then he would add something to it. You know?
But maybe that's the reminder, is a little wink from you to him, from him to you.
Oh, it is. He wakes me up at night. He wakes me up with something. Oh, he will. Yeah, just something funny. You know, he's deep set in my conscience.
What are the next steps? When do you get to ring that bell that signifies you're cancer-free?
Well, we have one more scan. A couple of weeks ago, I had a biopsy in my neck here for this lymph node that first was activated. And so we got those biopsy results back. They found 0 cancer.
Fantastic.
Which is really great news. Now we're going to do one more CAT scan in a couple of weeks. And at that point, that's when we ring the bell. That's when we realize, okay, there's no cancer cells, but everything is shrunken down to a level that's gone. Mm-hmm. And so at that time, you know, I get to move forward.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, just a huge congratulations for reaching this milestone, and I can't wait to see video of you ringing that bell there, Dave. I know you're gonna ring it well, mister.
Dave already has a full house with Melissa and their 2 dogs. Ziggy and Cooper also made the cover of Parade magazine.
I think positivity has fueled me through this, and a lot of love. And love is the strongest drug of all of them.
Yep.
We all know what those other drugs do, but there's something about being loved and knowing that you're going to go through this process with that love in your heart.